So are we all set with the live stream?
Not yet. Give me 1 second.
Okay, sure. Thank you so much.
Chair, we're all set. Thank you so much.
Thank you and good evening. On behalf of the Disabilities Advisory Board, we welcome you to the 23rd Annual Disability Service Awards and televised meeting. We are so pleased to be joined tonight by our Mayor, Lauren Meister, Mayor Pro Tem Seppi Shine, who will be joining us by video, pre-recorded video, Council members John D'Amico, Lindsay Horvath, and Dr. John Erickson. We also have representatives from Assembly Member Bloom and Supervisor Huell's office. And so with that, I would like to call this meeting to order at 6:02 p.m. And could I ask board member, actually, may I ask Vice Chair Gomez, would you mind leading us in the Pledge of Allegiance this evening?
Putting me on the spot.
Although I see board member Watts has a flag ready to go. Board member Watts, how about you lead us in the pledge?
Yeah, let's let Watts do it. I wasn't prepared for that. Thank you, though.
I pledge allegiance
to the
flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you so much, board member Watts. Doug, could we get a roll call for our board this evening?
Yes. Board member Dore.
Here.
Board member Frieden.
Here.
Board member Hang. Here. Board member Nash.
Here.
Board member Simonko.
Here.
Board member Smith.
Present.
Board member Watts.
Here.
Vice Chair Gomez.
Here.
Chair Blood.
Here. All right. And with that, I would entertain a motion to approve this evening's agenda. Is there a motion on the floor?
Board member Smith, so move.
Board member Smith, is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by board member Dore. Doug, could we get a roll call vote on the approval of the agenda?
Yes. Board member Dore.
Aye.
Board member Frieden.
Yes.
Board member Hang.
Yes.
Board member Nash.
Yes.
Board member Simonko.
Yes.
Board member Smith.
Yes.
Board member Watts.
Yes.
Vice Chair Gomez.
Yes.
Chair Blood.
Yes. All right, and with that, the agenda is approved. At this time, we will entertain public comments. The Disabilities Advisory Board values your comments. However, pursuant to the Brown Act, the Advisory Board cannot take action on items not listed on our posted agenda. Public comment is limited to 3 minutes per speaker. This public comment period is to address the Advisory Board on consent calendar items, other agenda items, or items of general interest within the jurisdiction of the Advisory Board. If there is anyone who did not sign up to speak and wishes to provide such comment, use the raise hand feature in Zoom and we will call on you at that time. With that said, Doug, do we have any public comments at this time under 1D for public comments?
Yes, I've been informed of one public comment from Michael Arrigo.
All right, Michael.
Good evening. Good evening, everyone. If you can hear me.
Yes.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, thank you. First of all, I'd like to congratulate all of the awardees and nominees tonight, especially David Cristal from the Disability Community Resource Center. That place is an amazing place with a wide variety of programs and services. And David has helped me out tremendously. And October is Disabilities Awareness Month. Let us not forget the other 11 months out of the year, and especially for the individual with a partial disability or unseen disability or not so blatant in your face disability. That individual gets more misunderstood than he should. And if we just go up and talk to that individual, we'd have a better understanding of what a partial disability is. And we'd have make a new friend too. By the way, you all look beautiful tonight. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael. If there's anybody else who is on the line who would like to make a public comment at this time but did not sign up prior to the meeting, you can use the raised hand feature in Zoom, and I will give just a few moments since we do have a slight delay through the live relay. So I'll give just a few seconds in case there is anybody who is waiting to raise their hand for public comments. Seeing no raised hands, oh, I do see a raised hand for public comments. Pardon if I say your name wrong. Aditi, please correct me, or please, of course, introduce yourself. You have 3 minutes.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Yes, you said my name great, Aditi Shekarwar. I just wanted to introduce myself. I'm here today representing Assemblymember Bloom's office, and I just wanted to congratulate the awardees and also let them know that we will be sending them certificates in the mail. So congratulations to everyone, and we'll be sending those shortly.
All right, thank you, Aditi, for joining and giving us that comment this evening. Moving on to approval of the minutes consent calendar. That is item number 2 on our agenda. At this time, I would entertain a motion to approve the consent calendar and minutes.
Move to approve.
Second. Board Member Duray has made a motion, and that was seconded by
Board Member Friedman.
Board Member Friedman. Doug, can we get a roll call on that?
Yes. Board Member Dore,
Yes.
Board Member Friedman,
Yes.
Board Member Hang,
Wait.
Board Member Nash,
Yes.
Board Member Simonko,
Yes.
Board Member Smith,
Yes.
Board Member Watts,
Yes.
Vice Chair Gomez,
Yes.
Chair Blood.
Yes. And with that, the minutes have been approved. Moving on to new business. Tonight is one of my favorite meetings of the year, where we get to dive into our service awards. And I know the board is extremely excited. So let's get on to that new business. The theme for tonight's awards presentation is Thriving Today for Tomorrow. Despite all of the challenges we experienced over the past 19 months, it's been a very active and productive time for the West Hollywood community and for the Disabilities Advisory Board. Before we move into the awards portion of the evening, I want to talk about our achievements as an advisory board over the past year. The board received a presentation and provided input to city staff on the dockless mobility program. The board also crafted a recommendation to the Public Safety and Transportation Commissions, advocating for an increased oversight and accountability to ensure that sidewalks are accessible so that our community can be safe while traveling within the city. The board received presentations on emergency services during the pandemic, such as rental assistance, eviction defense services, emergency food programs, and transportation to vaccine appointments. The board provided input for each of these programs on outreach strategies and how to ensure that they are accessible to people living with disabilities. The board has consistently received information about public health and vaccine updates so that we can communicate this important information to our fellow community members, family members, friends, and loved ones. The board has provided input to the city on the Aging in Place initiative, services for unhoused people with disabilities, and legislative priorities for our community. Lastly, the Cedars-Sinai Community Health Program, in partnership with the Disabilities Advisory Board, held a flu and COVID-19 vaccination clinic last Thursday, 21st. Cedars-Sinai provided 36 Pfizer and 8 Johnson & Johnson vaccinations. They also provided 36 flu shots. It is important to protect people living with disabilities and chronic illnesses by getting vaccinated for COVID and the flu. Please consider getting vaccinated if you haven't already, because our lives depend on it. We are all in this together, and we will get through it and thrive together. Now, moving on to what you've all been waiting for, the 2021 Disability Service Award presentations. Before we begin, Mayor Pro Tem would like to say a few words to the Disability Advisory Board and honorees. And I believe we have a video from Mayor Pro Tem Shine, since she was sadly unable to be with us live. Staff, do we have that video ready to go from Mayor Pro Tem Shine?
Yes, Chair, I'm going to show it right now.
Thank you, Derek.
Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I do not, Derek, I'm not sure if the other board members or public can see it yet. I see.
Your name is there.
Nobody else can see it? Okay, let me try that one more time. Sorry about that.
Hi, I am Seppi Shine, Mayor Pro Tem of the City of West Hollywood. I want to wish the Disabilities Advisory Board the most wonderful award ceremony tonight. Thank you all for your service. You are invaluable to our community, and your voice is so important. Thank you to staff for helping with this event, and congratulations to all of the honorees this evening. Enjoy.
Okay, back to you, Chair.
All right, thank you for that. At this time, I would like to please welcome Councilmember Lindsay Horvath and Member Board David Nash to present Lovedee Bryden Differently Abled Individual Award. So I am going to go ahead and turn it over to you to present such award.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chair, and thank you to the entire Disabilities Advisory Board for your leadership, your steadfast commitment to our residents and community members who are living with different abilities, and to making sure that we are, as a city council and as a community, always uplifting everyone in our community and making sure that everyone is included and has access and is able to participate and engage in community building in the same way that everybody else does. And we know that you have really given a voice, especially in this very difficult time, to people who might otherwise have felt isolated and alone during COVID-19. You have really helped to uplift people's spirits in a special way, and I want to thank you for that, as well as our staff who helps to support the board. And I am very excited about everyone who's receiving awards tonight. I was grateful that Board Member Nash asked me to join him in this award tonight. It's interesting to be part of sort of that transition in the council and in our history as a city, to know who Lovedee Bryden was, and to know that this award is in her honor and in her memory, but also her memory honors the person who is receiving it this year for the work that he does to honor and support our community. And so what I was asked to say is the City of West Hollywood and its Disabilities Advisory Board are proud to present the 2021 Love Dee Bright and Differently Abled Individual Award to David Kruskal. For the last 24 years, Mr. Kruskal has provided social services in the nonprofit sector. For nearly 5 of those years, he has been serving West Hollywood as the independent living specialist at the Disability Community Resource Center. David assists West Hollywood community members gain independence and self-sufficiency. In his role, he consistently goes the extra mile to improve the quality of life for people with disabilities by connecting them to much needed services and supports. I'll now turn it over to board member David Nash.
Thank you. Thank you, Councilman Horvath. I am so proud to present this award to David Kruskal. But first, I would like to thank another important person, his mother. I'm sure she's watching. I'd like to thank her for bringing into the world such a smart, caring, compassionate person. David has been very helpful to me and many other residents living with disabilities in West Hollywood. As a matter of fact, I'm able to join this meeting tonight because David and DCRC provided me with a Chromebook laptop, and I'm speaking to you from the big island of Hawaii. So aloha, one and all. But David, I can't tell you how much I've appreciated your service. You've helped introduce me to the world of assistive technology, and you've stepped up and helped so many of my neighbors and friends and fellow West Hollywood residents living with disabilities. I hope you continue your service to our community for a long time, and I look forward to your help for me, my neighbors and friends, more in the coming years. Thank you so much. Congratulations, David Kruskal.
And please welcome Mr. Kruskal to accept the award. Welcome.
Hi, everybody. David, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate the nomination, and you're just an amazing person. You're such an important part of our community. First of all, I want to thank the West Hollywood Disability Advisory Board, particularly Joan Mithers, for your incredible leadership. Our contract with you is just incredible. It's been so enjoyable these last several years. It's been successful. I want to thank, of course, DCRC, the Disability Community Resource Center. I couldn't ask for a better employer. In particular, I want to thank TJ Hill, our executive director, for your amazing leadership and all your support. And of course, Samantha and Tara, my program manager. You're just amazing. And I wouldn't be here without you, Samantha. I would also like to thank my collaborators, Jewish Family Service, the Alliance for Housing and Healing, Step Up on Second, and the LGBT Center. And I'm having a little bit of technical problem here. Sorry about that. Okay. And on a personal note, I have to thank my family. And I want to acknowledge today is my mom's birthday. So what better birthday present for my mom than to have her son receive this very prestigious award. So Mom, I love you and happy birthday. I want to also thank my siblings, my brothers, my sister, and my support system here in LA, my very special friends, and I'm going to just name the first names, Charles, Jeff, Bauman, and Gary. You guys are my rock, and you're like my second family here in Los Angeles. And thank you, and I love you guys so much. Again, thank you very much for this award. And lastly, I just want to say that it has been a passion of mine is the last 25 years of working in social services to help people. I've been working with people with disabilities for about 12 years now. I started with Jewish Vocational Service, and I've been with DCRC for nearly 5 years. And working in the social services field, particularly with people with disabilities who have some major limitations and barriers, there's nothing more rewarding than the work I do. And to see people, achieve their goals and work towards their goals. People ask me all the time, your job must be very rewarding, huh? And I say to them, you have no idea. This position has truly changed my life for the better. It's made me a stronger person. So thanks again, everybody. I really appreciate this honor.
Thank you so much for your tireless dedication and service to our community, David. It is such a pleasure to have you, and I'm so thankful that you could join us this evening to accept this award.
Thank you, Patrick.
Thank you. Next up, please welcome Council Member Dr. John Erickson and Board Member Mikey Friedman to present our Business Award. Go ahead and take it away.
Thank you so much, Chair Blood. A moment of personal privilege is a meeting at home is not a meeting without Winifred involved. And I know that's a very special moment for Board Member Doré as well as other people. And she's trying to kiss me right now. So I'm going to excuse her because the real star of the show is my co-presenter, Mikey Friedman. But ultimately, I just want to say thank you to everyone here on the board for all that you do. All of the centering that we do through our policy work to the advancement of equality and the rights for everyone in our community always needs to be centered in something Board Member Doré told me many years back is in the disability rights community. We always need to make sure that we're doing all we can, and it's through these businesses, these individuals, these nonprofits, these people, that our community is a strong community, and our community is better than other communities because we focus and center disability rights first. And so I'm so honored and proud of everyone tonight, and congratulations to all of them. And I'm really excited tonight to present the 2021 Disability Service Award for a business to CVS Health. CVS Health is a company that strives to help customers navigate the healthcare system as well as their personal health by improving access, lowering costs, and providing service with heart each and every day. Their award recognizes CVS Health locations here in West Hollywood for their excellent customer service during the COVID-19 pandemic. And if you need a booster shot, like me, or anyone else that's eligible, you can go right there and get it, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. And I'm going to turn it over right now to Board Member Friedman, who's going to do a song and dance for us and really take the show away.
La da 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 da. Thank you, John. You're wonderful, and I love you. I'm very honored to give this award out. For the past very difficult year and a half, CVS pharmacies have mailed out an enormous number of prescriptions to patients who are homebound due to the pandemic. So much extra work, and they do it gladly and with no extra pay. And they've mailed most of these prescriptions free of charge to people with disabilities, seniors, those with compromised immune systems, and other homebound patients who couldn't go safely to the pharmacy to pick up their prescriptions. They also now deftly administer COVID shots to our neighborhood, and we are so grateful for that. The pharmacy staff at 8000 Sunset Boulevard are an amazing team, and I love them. They are going out of their way to be responsive and helpful to community members during this difficult time. I want to say thank you to Lekana, Anush, Wendy, Antoinette, Giselle, and even though they're not there anymore, Art and Michael. They have helped so many people and done it with such grace and such happiness. So, saying that, I am so happy to present today's award to the manager of the CVS Health location at 8000 Sunset, Alex Alvarez. Alex?
Board Member Friedman, I am so sorry. There's something wrong with the live stream, so the city clerk's going to have to read something. So let's recess for just a few minutes and let her come on and read what she needs to read. So sorry for the disruption.
Okay.
Your speech was so good, Mikey, it shut down the internet.
I guess, huh? Drop the mic moment.
I'm just saying, this is why we're paired. That's all I'm going to say.
Well, maybe you'll use me again in the vagina monologues.
I mean, don't tempt me, Mikey.
Oh, John. John, I've got Stormy right here. Right here.
Derek,
Chewing on a
give
bone.
me a moment for the city clerk. I do have alternate ways that this meeting can be viewed or listened to, at least. If you would like me to continue, I'm also happy to wait for our wonderful Madam City Clerk, but I do have a note on other ways folks can listen into this evening's meeting, if that's something we would like.
Sure, just give her just a few moments to get right on. So,
Sure,
and
no problem.
apologize everybody, since we're still kind of streaming on YouTube but not the channel, if everybody could just mute themselves for just a moment and wait for her to come on. Again, I apologize.
Come here, Stormy.
I was just about to say, bring on Winston.
Stormy, you want to show everybody how beautiful you are?
was just barking so much. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm glad he's not disrupting the meeting.
Derek, do we have an ETA on our fantastic Madam City Clerk, or may I provide the?
I just got the word. We're okay. The language was added to WehoTV. It's WehoTV that went down right now. So now you can continue. So sorry about the disruption.
Not a problem at all. And just as a reminder, if for some reason you have buffering or other issues, the dial-in for this evening is 669-900-6833 with a meeting ID of 821-7473-5769, and then press the pound sign and you'll be admitted into the meeting by phone. All right. And also as another reminder that you can select a pin to pin our incredible ASL interpreter for the evening. Should you wish to have that be the sole pin for the large screen, if that is of any assistance to anybody who would like to have that. All right. So thank you, Board Member Friedman.
I haven't finished.
I am so sorry, Board Member Friedman.
Thank you.
Please continue. But so long as you do that, a little bit of that song again, then you may continue.
I don't know if everyone heard me thank the staff from the CVS at 8000 Sunset. I want to make sure that I do that. And I also want to make sure that I invite Alex Alvarez, the manager of the store, to say a few words to the board. Thank you. Mr.
Right.
Alex, would you like to say a few words?
I am here. Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Thank you. Well, good evening, everybody. First of all, I want to say thank you to you, Ms. Mikey Friedman, and I also want to thank the Disabilities Advisory Board in the city of West Hollywood. I will accept this very gladly on behalf of CVS Health, my company, who I'm very proud to work for. It's moments like these that remind me why I came on board to work with this great company 3 years back. And also, you mentioned the staff at the location, which is 8000 Sunset. I could not agree with you anymore. I love working with the staff that I have. I think they're tremendous. They do a great job day in and day out. I want to say that through the pandemic time, some tough times for all of us and many of us, they did an awesome job. Helping patients. We actually don't call our invites customers. We call them patients, even if they're coming at the front, because that's what we believe that they are. They are a priority, our specialty. But it's an honor. I'm definitely going to be thanking the staff there. I think they do a great job day in and day out. I want to say that it's an honor to also be nominated and to get the award. It's exactly what we set ourselves out to do every day, is to work with the community, to be able to help, to be able to make a difference in someone's life. And I want to say that I feel proud to work at a location where we can do that
at the
for
addition.
many people. So thank you, guys.
Hi, thank you so much. I was hoping I could make a reservation for tonight.
Chelsea Byers, you are on a Zoom meeting right now with the Disabilities Advisory Board. If you could please mute out your phone, that would be great. I'm sorry, Mr. Alvarez, were you finished? I'm so sorry about that. If you want to.
No problem. Yes, I am finished. Thank you guys very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Alvarez, for joining us, and congratulations, CVS Health. I also wanted to say we have another beautiful CVS at 8491 Santa Monica Boulevard, located in West Hollywood, which is my personal CVS. So I wanted to give a quick shout out to Jill and Joanne and all that pharmacy staff as well. They serve our beautiful West Hollywood community. And so I just wanted to ensure that all of CVS Health that serves our community are recognized. Their team, just like yours, Mr. Alvarez, have gone above and beyond I feel that when I walk in that CVS that I'm getting that small town pharmacy feel. I don't feel like I'm going into a corporate chain. I feel like I'm going into just a small town pharmacy where they literally know my name and date of birth and just go out of their way. So shout out to CVS Health, and I am just so glad that you could be here to accept this award on behalf of the CVS Health and the pharmacies servicing the West Hollywood community.
Thank you.
Patrick, if I may, congratulations. And your CVS is so popular, they're already calling for reservations. So you got to get ready for that.
Thank you, Vice Chair Gomez.
That's all for me. I'm out. I'm good.
Right. That was good. That was quick. Next up for the evening is our media award. Before we introduce the presenters for this evening, we have a trailer from Not Going Quietly and a very special message from Addie Barkett. Staff, would you please play the video for us and all those tuning in?
Yes, I will do that right now. Give me 1 second. I hope you can all see my screen, right? Okay, good. Play it right now.
Now, I want to have a chance to tell the story about my friend, Addie Barkin.
He's been an activist and an organizer all of his life.
With us today is Addie Barkin. I can't do Addie's story justice. I will let him tell it.
After Carl was born, we felt like we had reached the mountaintop.
Say hi.
And then, out of the clear blue sky, we were struck by lightning.
I was diagnosed with ALS today.
The knowledge that I was dying was terrible. But dealing with my insurance company was even worse. I wanted to spend every moment I had left with Rachel and Carl. But then Congress came after our health care. I couldn't stay quiet any longer.
My next guest made headlines when he confronted a Republican senator on an airplane.
This is your moment to be American hero. All right, ready to rumble.
We decided to start a movement.
To urge people to stand up, confront the elected officials. All right, I'm gonna knock on your door.
Did you just get out of jail? Are you going to keep protesting on Monday?
Yeah.
What do we want? Healthcare!
I am willing to give my last breath to save our democracy. What are you willing to give?
Liz, I'm having trouble breathing.
I just think we have to stop.
Our time on this earth is the most precious resource we have.
I love you so much. Movement building allows me to transcend my body, and that's the beauty of democracy, that together we can be more than our individual selves.
The paradox of my situation is, the weaker I get, the louder I become.
Thank you, Derek, for playing that trailer for us.
Now the
And
video
with that-
for 80. Sorry, there's a video from 80.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you so much.
My name is Addie Barkin. It is an honor to be here with you today at the Disabilities Advisory Board Service Awards. I want to congratulate Nicholas Bruckman and Amanda Roddy on receiving the 2021 Disability Service Award from the City of West Hollywood's Disabilities Advisory Board. They have done tireless work telling my story with the new film, Not Going Quietly, which tells the story of my life, diagnosis, and work to build a more vibrant and just democracy. Thank you all for being here today, for being here yesterday, and for being here tomorrow, every day until justice is real. You give me energy, you fill me with purpose, and you rejuvenate my wellspring of hope, time and time again.
Okay, back to you, Chair.
All right. Yeah, I'm just, quick little moment there, Derek. So with that, please welcome Council Member John D'Amico and Board Member DeRay to present the award.
Thank you very much, Chair Blood. That was quite amazing, those two videos, and he's clearly an amazing guy. And the City of West Hollywood and its Disability Advisory Board are pleased to honor the film Not Going Quietly with the 2021 Disability Service Award for Media. Not Going Quietly tells the story of Adi Barkan, as we saw, a 32-year-old rising star in progressive politics and a new father whose life was upended when he was diagnosed with ALS. After he recorded the confrontation we saw with Senator Jeff Flake about healthcare, and after that went video, he became a leader of a political movement called Be a Hero. Adi and other activists traveled the country to demand healthcare reform, and he has been called the most powerful activist in America. He was also featured as one of Time's top 100 most influential people of the year 2020. Yola?
Thanks, John. The critically acclaimed film was awesome. Actually, director Nicholas Bruckman, that's with us this evening, and Amanda Rowdy were genius in how they portrayed Adi's life. Because Mr. Barkan turned a meaningless tragedy into something incredibly powerful and transformative for the entire country. He brought the word humanitarian to light. By speaking truth to power, Adi Barkan offers hope for not only his family, but others throughout the nation. This film is an award-winning film with countless awards, too many to mention, actually. But I've got to say, I felt like not only was he a hero, but now we all can be because of what they've presented here. I ask you to join me and introducing director Nicholas Bruckman, producer Amanda Roddy, to accept this prestigious award. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Yola, and thank you to the whole West Hollywood Disability Advisory Board and Joe Mithers and all the board members here. I'm really in awe hearing everything that the board has accomplished for people with disabilities in West Hollywood and beyond. I want to share briefly that my mother's family is from India, and her father, my grandfather, was blind and a champion of the rights of the blind in India. He founded the Lighthouse for the Blind in Calcutta. And so I see the work that Adi's doing, my work in making this film, all of your work is sitting on the shoulders of the generations of disability rights activists that came before, and continuing that tradition and fighting that fight alongside Adi. And as much as we love Adi, and we all do, this movie is not just about him. It's really a love letter to all of the activists and change makers. And you put it beautifully, Yola. It's a message that we all can be heroes. If Adi can do it, we all can. It's not about him, it's about all of us. And there are two awards I do want to mention, which we're most excited about, which is that it was just nominated for the Best Documentary at the Critics' Choice, Best Political Documentary of the Year at the Critics' Choice. And more excitingly, Adi was nominated as the most compelling living subject of a documentary, alongside Anthony Fauci and a couple others. So we're really excited about that recognition. And this year, this opportunity from all of you really helps us further the mission of getting the film out into the world. So thank you all.
Thank you. I also wanted to echo a big thank you to the Disability Advisory Board. This award is so cool. We are so honored. Working with Adi has been one of the greatest privileges of our lives. And I think all we wanted to do and feel is that we did him justice and his story justice. And this award really makes us feel like we did our jobs right. So thank you so much. It really means so much to us. And I'm also really happy to share with you guys that the film is available now on iTunes and Apple TV and Amazon Prime. So if you liked it and want to watch it again, or if you want to share it with any of your friends, family, colleagues, it's available there on all of those digital platforms. And yeah, if you were moved by the film, I hope you consider sharing it, because we really want as many people to see and learn about his story as possible. And that through his example, a more just and equitable world is possible, and that change is possible, and that people feel really energized by that. So that's really our mission. I know it's your guys' mission as well. So thank you again for this award. It really is so cool, and we really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you again.
Thank you.
Thank you both, Amanda and Nicholas, for being here with us tonight. And I'm going to echo it. Stream it, buy it, rent it. I had the pleasure of watching this incredibly powerful documentary, and incredible job to you both and all of the entire team that was involved in going into that. It's truly a must watch. So if you have not watched it, put it on that checklist. Congratulations again.
Thank you also.
Thank you.
Thank you. The last award for this evening will be presented by Mayor Lauren Meister and myself to step up on second. Madam Mayor, please feel free to start us off.
Well, thank you so much, Patrick. And maybe the film is something we can screen here in West Hollywood once we're back in person at 100%. Really moving. On behalf of the City of West Hollywood, I want to thank the public for attending tonight's Special Disabilities Advisory Board meeting as we honor the 2021 recipients of the City of West Hollywood's 23rd Annual Disability Service Awards. We congratulate all the nominees and award recipients and sincerely appreciate all of your contributions to the community. For those watching at home who may not be as familiar with our Disabilities Advisory Board, or as we like to call the board, DAB for short, this board addresses issues affecting people with disabilities, including ADA compliance, transportation, housing, access to city government and services for people with disabilities, and makes recommendations to City Council relative to the adoption of programs and policies to assist this constituency. So thank you, members of the DAB, for all you do. Now for our next award. The City of West Hollywood and the Disabilities Advisory Board are proud to present the 2021 Disability Service Award for a nonprofit to Step Up on Second. Since 1984, Step Up on Second has delivered compassionate support to people experiencing serious mental health conditions and chronic homelessness. The agency helps their clients recover, stabilize, and integrate into the community. Over the years, their programs have expanded to meet the community need for quality services. Step Up always incorporates the agency's core values of respect, dignity, wellness, hope, and collaboration. On to you now, Board Chair Patrick.
Thank you so much, Madam Mayor, for those words. I do have a few words, of course, myself regarding Step Up on Second. Step Up on Second, West Hollywood Mobility Integrated Team travels throughout our beautiful city to engage with unhoused community members. They provide services such as an assessment, mental health care, housing linkage and placement, as well as ongoing support. This team of professionals includes a licensed clinician, a nurse, a substance abuse counselor, and peer advocates. In many instances, team members engage with individuals dozens of times to establish a trusting relationship before they're ready to accept services. The team is also available to businesses and residential community members who have concerns about chronically homeless residents in need of assistance. And with that, I would like to, with great pleasure, welcome Clifford Roberts, the program manager, to deserve this much deserved award. I would like to turn it over to you, Clifford, to accept the award. You're muted, Clifford. I think if you press there.
You know, I must do that a million times in meetings. I'm rushing to hit that mute button, and I promise I'll never do it again. Thank you, Disability Advisory Committee. I want to thank the Mayor Meister, team commissioners, the West Hollywood staff, my program, and this for providing us this award. I want to recognize my team because they diligently go out into the community, and we've been doing so for years, and really trying to elevate and to help and to listen to the voices of our underserved communities and our homeless community in the city of West Hollywood. We do this through a cultural competent lens, and we recognize the intersectionality of our folks with disabilities, LGBTQ expressions and identities, and various other unique human expressions. My team consists of Mark Radewagen, Sarah Garcia, Sarah Benowitz, Nancy Choi, Ellie Johnston, Joseph Kafan. I want to thank our Vice President Emily James, who's been very supportive of me and my team for years. You know, I began with Step Up on Second, 2013. I want to thank Alana Golan, our clinical director. So I want to share that we put our foremost concerns with folks with disabilities, because all of our clients are challenged with various disabilities. And I don't know if I even want to use the word challenge. Maybe they are animated and informed by their disabilities. It really truly makes them unique. We celebrate that. Sarah Garcia is proficient in American Sign Language, which assists her providing services to her deaf clients. The nexus of care that we like to provide from those folks who are living on the street to integrating into their prospective communities, that we take very seriously. We will continue to work as hard as we can to provide some kind of remedy for those folks who have been impacted by homelessness, substance misuse, and an array of challenges throughout their lives. And for folks who are newly homeless, and many of our LGBTQ youth are thrown out of their homes. And so we recognize all folks. One of the things I love about my profession as a licensed clinical social worker, I think of myself as a social therapist, because it's not just looking at our folks and our homeless members, also our housed citizens, our business community, all facets of our amazing West Hollywood community. I am humbled by that which I've heard, the honorees before me. I am truly amazed and I'm moved. And I have to say that oftentimes we are informed by our own personal stories. And so part of that which really compelled me to do this work is I have been a long time, knock on wood, cancer survivor. I was part of a cohort that experimental cancer was introduced, chemotherapy that was life-coded, tumor targeted, and went through various treatments of chemotherapy, starting when I was in my 20s. I more recently developed melanoma, had half of my nose removed in 2013. And I share this with you and I disclose this and I can feel my heart beating because it's those times where I really felt alone and felt very bleak that somehow was the impetus for me to really strive towards light. And part of that is driven by those other folks who I saw around me who were also suffering and bewildered by their perspective element. And So I take very seriously our work with our disability community. I am honored to continue doing the work, and I will leave you with this. I tell my clients this, folks I work on the streets, I'm still out in the streets, I still walk in West Hollywood, and I will impart this to all of you. This existence that we call life is fleeting, and it's such a gift. And in your darkest hour, hold on to that gift. We don't know where we go from after this, where we came from before this existence. Well, I feel so blessed to be alive and to continue the good work. And thank you so much for this award. I'm so honored and proud, and it will remind me to continue the hard work, particularly behind the scenes, because that's really where the good work is done. Thank you so much.
Fantastic.
We're all clapping right now. Thank you so much, Cliff, for joining us, and congratulations on this extremely well-deserved award. The work is just unparalleled, and thank you. I think I'm almost at a loss for words other than thank you so much. And with that, that concludes the awards portion of our agenda. So please give all of our honorees a big round of applause for their service and dedication to this community.
Yay!
We really appreciate everything that you all are doing during these challenging times. And thank you so much for joining us this evening to receive your respective awards. We will now move on to the rest of our regular meeting agenda. And so with that, we will return for agenda item 4, which is excluded consent. Let's see, my papers got jumbled because I was trying to find a tissue during one of your acceptance speeches. I had a little tear, so I have my papers. I apologize for that. Let's see. City staff, do we have anything on agenda item 4 for excluded calendar?
Don't.
No.
And the next item after that is items from staff. If you just want to move
All right,
into
we
that.
will now move on.
But it was
to,
public comment.
Oh, I'm happy to entertain a brief period of public comment at this time, although we will get to public comments under number 6, which will come right after staff. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and items from staff, and then we will have a period of public comments right thereafter. So Derek, Joan, please take it away.
Thank you. I just want to share that I love the theme selected for this year's Disabilities Awareness Month, Thriving Today for Tomorrow. You know, really the actions of the board members throughout the year and the actions of tonight's honorees have made everyone's tomorrow better. I really applaud all of you. Congratulations to the honorees and congratulations to the board for another productive and successful year. It's really special. Thank you.
And I just wanted to echo Joan's comments and her thank yous. This has been a really tremendous year for the board. I know there's been a lot of challenges over this past 18 months, but the board has been very successful, especially with the vaccination clinic last week. There were many first-time vaccinations, and you know, every first-time vaccination is a win. So I just want to thank you so much for helping to plan and organize that event, and looking forward to 2022.
All right. Is there any other staff member on the line? Doug, perhaps even? Doug, you are such an integral part to what makes the DAB go. So I don't know if Doug has any comments, but I certainly would welcome such if he did.
Thank you for that opportunity, Patrick. Or Chair, I do not have any comments for this meeting.
All right. Well, no problem, Doug. I just wanted to make sure because you all do just such incredible work, and really we could not do this without you. So with that, we will now once again now move on to item 6, which is public comment. This time is set aside for the public to address the advisory board on any item within the subject matter jurisdiction of the board that could not be heard under item 1 at the beginning of the meeting. So with that, I would like to turn to staff to see if anyone has joined the meeting or otherwise indicated that they have a public comment at this time. I do see a couple hands raised. So Doug, do you have a list or a preferential order in case anyone has already indicated? And then I will go to the hands that I see raised. I see Stephanie Harker and Chelsea Byers' hands raised. But Doug, was there anyone in the interim who had reached out for a public comment under 6?
There's no one that reached out, Chair.
Wonderful. The first
And
hand that
also,
I
Chair,
saw
Councilmember
sorry.
D'Amico also has his hand up too. So
Oh,
3.
okay. All right. So okay. So I will go ahead and Councilmember D'Amico, if you would like to go ahead, you have 3 minutes.
Thank you. I feel like I'm jumping the line now. But
well, you had a physical hand raised that I didn't see. So
no, I think for some reason this room is feeling very yellow today, and the hand that I have is disappearing in the background. At any rate, I just wanted to say, and that I joined the Disability Advisory Board 25 years ago during a different pandemic, and I remember how important it was to be a member of the Disability Advisory Board and represent that corner of our city during the time of AIDS. And I just wanted to thank you all for representing this corner of our city during the time of COVID. It's, it's not often that the Disability Advisory Board's profile is big and huge and tall and making the news, but what you all do is you anchor us in a set of ideas and a set of realities that I think are just truly important. And I just wanted to thank you. And that film and that the trailer was so beautiful. I didn't want to say this before I spoke, but I wanted to tell you and convey my thankfulness to all of you. And Patrick, Danny, Myra, Yola, Annie, Louis, maybe 25 years from now, you'll be on the city council having served for 10 years. I would hope so, because if all of you ended up on our city council, we would be definitely heading in the right direction. So I just want to send you all my best and wish you all a wonderful fall and a Thanksgiving and a holiday season if I don't see any of you before the new year. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Councilmember D'Amico, for those comments. Staff, do you know if Stephanie Harker or Chelsea Byers had their hand up first by chance? I certainly want to be fair on whoever had their hand up first.
Did not see which hand came up first.
All right. Well, Harker's on the kind of the second line on my screen.
What happened?
Stephanie, go ahead and unmute your mic, and you have 3.
Thank you. Just in case you don't know, your sound is breaking up a little bit, Patrick. Good evening, Stephanie Harker, City of West Hollywood. I just want to congratulate all of the most worthy recipients. I'm sure it was a hard decision because there are a lot of people in the city who do a lot of good things, but congratulations to those awardees tonight. And to, as you know, thank all of you who are a constant inspiration to me. Some days when I don't feel like getting up and looking my best, I think of people who have a rougher time of it and always seem to do it with a smile. I'm also, as you can imagine, elated to see the American Sign Language interpreter tonight. And I hope we see more of her. Thank you so much. Congratulations.
All right. Thank you, Stephanie, for that. And I do apologize if I have any intermittent connection issues. So if I do have any audio issues, please do let me know. I'm currently on a set for a TV show, so I'm kind of I'm winging it. I'm not in my usual location, but you can't tell because I have a backdrop. And then we are going to go ahead and turn to Chelsea Byers. I see your hand up. Chelsea, you have 3 minutes to address the Disabilities Advisory Board.
Thank you. Good evening, members of this commission, city council staff, and all the incredible award winners. My name is Chelsea Byers. I'm a commissioner on the Human Services Commission, and I really appreciate the opportunity to join us, to join this event tonight. It was a really, really fabulous event, and it went off without a single hitch or embarrassing Zoom interruption, and that's just really fabulous to remember it that way. But really, I want to congratulate all the award winners tonight and just thank you for the inspirational stories. And more than anything, your dedication to strengthening our community through your actions, your work, and your lives. I leave here tonight truly moved and motivated and just really grateful to be in community with all of you fabulous change makers. Thank you so much for the time.
Thank you, Chelsea, for that. I do see a 213 phone number. I'm not sure if you had joined for public comment. Although I suppose 213 is not super helpful. Last four is 4769. Did you have a public comment? If so, you can unmute and make such public comment. If not, we will move on to agenda item number 7. I'll give you a couple moments just in case. All right. I'm going to continue as that is likely someone who has just dialed into our meeting to listen in. So now we will turn to board member comments. Threat today for tomorrow is our theme, and our board member comments may or may not, every board member approaches these a little bit differently. We'll have that theme sort of interweaved to some degree, perhaps in their comments. But as always, this incredible board have many thoughts, and this is one of the meetings where we get to speak longer than we usually do, and I know our board is very excited to get to board member comments. And I'm thinking the most logical way is we just kind of go in alphabetical order. So with that, I believe our first board member comment would be from board member Dore, if I am not mistaken.
Thank you very much, Chair, and thank you, fellow board members, and congratulations to all of our incredible winners. When I think about thriving today for tomorrow, I'm so reminded by Addie Barkin and Be a Hero. I'd like to think that between Addie and Ruth Bader Ginsburg, these people are my heroes, and I intend to thrive tomorrow by trying to do a more thorough, more sensitive, and better job advocating for all persons with disabilities. So consequently, I took some time last week or the week before and joined Addie's movement so I could be a hero too. Thank you so very much.
Thank you, board member Dore, for those comments. I would like to now turn to board member Friedman for your board member comments.
Thank you, Chair. Before I do anything, I really want to congratulate all the honorees, and you are your awards are so well deserved, and you brought me to tears a few times. I want to thank also Council Member Lindsay Horvath for trusting me with this position. I hope I make her proud. And I want to thank the board for all your work and for all the ways, and the staff for all the ways you help us every day and how we help the community. Being a two-time cancer survivor, losing my arm and shoulder and my part of my right lung, I want to say that I continue to thrive with ingenuity and creativity. Being disabled has taught me that while I used to do things automatically, now I have to think before I do anything, and I have to come up with alternative ways of performing tasks and doing everyday living. Being disabled, it keeps me thinking. Shh, quiet, quiet, quiet. I may do things differently. Quiet, Stormy. I may do things differently than most people, but I get things done, and I'm proud of that. In fact, having a double chin and strong teeth are a benefit because they take the place of my missing arm many times. And my dog, well, you know, she helps me out in every way. Quiet, baby, quiet, quiet, quiet. It has also taught me organizational skills, being disabled. And I thrive because I now am neat. I used to be a little sloppy, but I found that if you handle messes while they're little, it's a lot less work than waiting until they're big messes. So I'm thriving on that because my house is in better shape. It's difficult for me to write because I lost my dominant arm. I had to learn how to write with my non-dominant arm. And writing creatively is very difficult because it takes a long time for things to get to my brain, then to my hand, then to the paper. So as a result, I've turned into a storyteller. I think you all know that. And I can either enchant or bore people to death with my stories. Just ask me for one. I'll be happy to give you anytime you want. And I want to thank you all for just being so wonderful and for your wisdom, your patience, and the fact that you're all such good friends. I treasure you. Thank you.
Thank you, Board Member. Thank you, Board Member Friedman. Sorry there. I guess I'm just gonna be crying tonight. I don't know what it is. Something in the air. Thank you for that, Board Member Friedman. I would now like to turn to Board Member Hang, making note that, of course, Vice Chair Gomez, who technically is alphabetical, will go second to last. So Board Member Hang, you have the floor.
Thank you, Chair. I'd like to, just express my gratitude to Council for the wonderful opportunity to allow me to serve on the DAB, as an advocate for our disabled residents in the community. It's been an amazing ride. I particularly love working with each of my esteemed colleagues on this board, constantly learning from each of their diverse backgrounds, which only enables me to be a better listener and a better advocate for the community. The important work that we accomplish brings much needed awareness to issues pertaining to people with physical disabilities as well as mental health disabilities. I'm proud of this board and proud of my colleagues for working effortlessly together towards a common goal of helping others. And lastly, I'm a proud resident of the City of West Hollywood. Thank you.
Thank you, Board Member Hang. Board Member David Nash, it is your turn for your board member comments.
Thank you so much. First, I'd like to thank Mayor Lauren Meister for appointing me to the board. It's been an honor and a privilege to serve. As for thriving today for tomorrow, today is my first experience with a laptop and a remote location doing Zoom. You may notice my bright shirt. I am on the big island of Hawaii. And for me, it feels like a personal triumph with the help of my friends, with the help of DCRC and David Cresco. I'm able to join the meeting via a new Chromebook. And to have that kind of new experience on this very important day makes me feel that I am thriving. Another thought on thriving during this pandemic, I found it helpful to cling on to my lifelong passions for music. And I have had the opportunity to buy a wonderful new instrument. And I'm going to brag and say I've never played better in my life in this awful time. So if you can hang on to the things that give you joy and bring your passion to the surface and hang on to those and keep actively involved in them, I think you can thrive today for a brighter tomorrow. Looking to the future, something that I would really like to see the board support and the city support, as we're always improving the social services. I've had a close-up look at a new resident moving to West Hollywood who lives with disabilities, and I'd like to see it made easier for residents with disabilities to tap into the wonderful resources that we have. And I think we could do that by creating, as other cities have, a data bank where the city registers people who are qualified for services that they support at various agencies and make it just a one-time, once-a-year enrollment so that people with disabilities are not swamped by the need to produce proof of income, access Social Security, access copy machines for their ID, fax, and repeat that process for each individual service. I think it'd be wonderful if we join other cities this year that have consolidated that issue into just a one-time card swipe that would qualify you and let the agencies know that you're eligible for their services. So I appreciate thriving today, and I look forward to being part of the city's always escalating level of services for people living with disabilities and all of West Hollywood residents. Thank you so much for letting me be a part of this process.
Thank you, Board Member Nash, for those comments. And I won't say it. I won't say anything now, but I'll get to it when it's my turn, right? Thank you. So now turning on to Board Member Annie Simonko. Annie, it is your time for board member comments.
Actually, since I'm not a speech person, first I'd like to thank everyone who joined us in our award celebration tonight. And congratulations to all the award recipients. I would also like to thank Seppi Shine for keeping me on the board and her newfound friendship. And also, I would like to thank everyone in the West Hollywood city staff and all the essential workers in West Hollywood. We could have not survived the pandemic without you. I am fortunate to be a resident of West Hollywood, California, USA. I was given an opportunity to live, work, and reach my full potential. I could not have thrived without the encouragement of my friends and those many organizations and those that saw beyond the physical picture, but saw my potential. The ADA laws that opened doors and gave me opportunities. I will thrive today for tomorrow as long as I listen, I'm heard, stay strong, respect and be respected, and care for others. Thank you.
Thank you, Board Member Simonko, for those incredible comments. I now would like to turn the floor to Board Member Smith. Board Member Smith, the floor is yours.
Thank you all. I want to congratulate the awardees and thank our city council and my fellow board members. I've been serving on this board for 8 years. I have been a resident of West Hollywood since 1986. I moved here because I worked at Cedars-Sinai and I got tired of a 3-hour commute round trip. And I retired from Cedars and have chosen to continue living in West Hollywood because of their social services and also because of the aging in place. I'm a post-polio survivor. I had polio when I was 10. I was not treated any differently than anybody else. I was allowed to mainstream through school. My parents encouraged me to pursue an education, which led to a very long career for me and very successful. My goal now for the future is to help handicapped individuals obtain education because that's the key to being independent. It's nice that we have wonderful social services, but the key to really thriving in the future is an education. And that's my goal. And it's been allowed by serving on this board. I'm very proud of this city. I love living here. And I'm very proud of my fellow board members because they really drew from many walks of life here. I admire you all because you all have, you know, I really wasn't an activist. I was too busy working, but I see the true activism and how much you can accomplish. And I laud you all. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Board Member Smith. I now would like to turn to Board Member Rick Watts. Rick, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Chair. I too would like to thank colleagues, staff, council, and others for helping us all get through this this especially difficult year. And I think that one of the things that this board can be proud of is our participation in helping to keep this this community safer and keeping the ravages of COVID from being worse than they were through nudging council to require landlords to ensure that that residents be more careful than perhaps some residents might otherwise be in helping to contain the pandemic in a city that has 37,000 people packed into 1.9 square miles, where COVID could have been so much worse. It could have been something along the lines of what we saw at the beginning of the pandemic in New York, where people were literally dropping like flies, and the ambulances simply couldn't keep up. And I think that this board can be proud of that. Our council can be proud of that. Our fellow citizens can be proud of that, and the cooperation from our landlords and HOA managers in the city can be proud of that. I would be remiss if I did not thank the awardees tonight for what they have done in helping to make the table bigger for society as regards persons with disabilities, and to ensure that the colors of the rainbow that is this society, this multifaceted society that we are fortunate to live in, all of those colors are allowed to show through, and to have their ability to contribute noted and facilitated. what Audi Barkin did was absolutely magnificent, and I think we all owe him an enormous thank you. Him and the activists that were there back in DC as the Americans, or the Affordable Care Act was on the verge of being revoked, and our protections for our health insurance and pre-existing conditions were on the verge of being ripped from us. Sadly, those protections were not extended so far to also cover so-called Medigap policies. But I'm hopeful that in the months and years ahead, and perhaps even with the current pending legislation, that might happen. And we owe a great debt to all the people who have helped to push our members of Congress and the folks to help make these things happen. I also want to thank the folks at Cedars-Sinai for putting on the flu and the vaccination clinic this year, and the health screening events in prior years that the DAB has sponsored, and the city has helped to fund. These things help to raise the visibility of the ability of persons with disability to contribute to society, and I think, as David Nash said, that if you can maintain your passion for the things that give you joy and that are important, you really are thriving for a better tomorrow. And I like by the way, his idea, an excellent idea on the creation of a single card program for looping on all the various services that the city owns. I think it would help really kind of streamline things. With that, I will shut up, and thank you very much.
Board Member Watts, and you never have to shut up. Don't be silly about that. You are amazing. Thank you, Board Member Watts. So now I'm going to, of course, turn it over to Vice Chair Gomez for his board member comments. Take it away, Danny.
Thank you so much, Chair Blood. I appreciate everything you do for me. I want to start off by saying October is one of my favorite times of the year. It's Halloween, my birthday is the 29th, and it's Disability Awareness Month. Now, before my accident, I wasn't aware of the power of the disabled community. So after I became disabled and I found my community, it gave me everything that I needed in my life to help me thrive. Now, without community, we are all alone, right? So I want to thank the board and the staff and Patrick for giving me the tools to help guide me in this path of helping people. You truly helped me thrive so I can help others thrive for their tomorrow. Thank you to all the awardees. I congratulate you. Some of your speeches really did affect me because of the trauma that I went through when I was injured. So I just hope that I can make you proud and make the rest of the board proud, and the city of WeHo and the world in helping you thrive for tomorrow. So thank you so much. Patrick, take it away.
Great. Thank you so much, Vice Chair Gomez, for your comments. Now, first and foremost, as I dive into my comments for the evening, congratulations to all of our recipients this evening, as well as all those nominated, because if it were up to me, we'd be given more awards out. There were so many T's nominated this year, and we were category, but I just want to let everyone who was nominated know that it was not ever an easy decision, nor is it an easy decision for us. So just congratulations to everyone serving the community in West Hollywood and serving persons living with disabilities. I, of course, want to thank Aditi, who is here on behalf of Assemblymember Bloom's office. We always feel such love and support from the Assembly Member's office. So thank you so much for joining us. Of course, thank you to our esteemed City Council, our Madam Mayor Pro Tem, who the rest of the council members who joined our meeting this evening. I love our city so very much. And this particular City Council really trusts that. I feel so supported as a member of the disabled community living in West Hollywood.
Froze again.
Lost your audio.
And the support. My audio go out there? I'm so sorry about that.
Yes, Chair Blood, if your connection is going in and out.
So if you could back up 30 seconds.
That's a little bit better.
Just hit the rewind button.
Your audio is okay now. Was.
Well, I'm having technical problems. Yes.
So staff, should we take a, oh, there he is. Just got to unmute yourself now, Chair Blood. Unmute yourself. There you go.
There we go. Sorry about that. I'm changing locations. As I said, I am on set. So I ran inside real quick and get the ring light. I really appreciate the patience. Of course, I would have the technical difficulties right here at the end of the meeting. So thank you for indulging me. I just jetted inside. So I'm not sure what was heard and what wasn't. So I will do a brief recap, which was, of course, just thanking our City Council, the representative on behalf of Assembly Member Bloom for joining us. We always feel about the love from the Assembly Member's office. So I really have to shout that out. I also want to thank our beautiful City Council. I'm such a proud resident of West Hollywood, and this City Council in particular has gone above and beyond, in my personal opinion, to support not just the board being the Disabilities Advisory Board, but our community as a whole. So thank you so much, City Council members. Thriving today for tomorrow. Now that was the theme for the evening. It was a theme the board came up with together of what we thought reflected 2021 and what we wanted to focus on. Now, persons living with disabilities sadly are often taken as an oversight, an afterthought. We hear people didn't think about it that way. And the way we thrive is by speaking our truth and by doing things like this, having these type of meetings where we talk about important issues to tackle them, so that tomorrow, even 31 years after the Americans with Disabilities Act was passed, that we continue to fight and build upon the shoulders of those who came before us, and we champion those goals. Now, coming out of 2020, which was a year like our nation, our world has never faced before, 2021 continued to throw us those curveballs. It gave us a little whiplash, compounding crises, whether the Delta variant of COVID or any one of the unprecedented events, which would take years to recover from. Although there's no sole step, protocol, or measure that could possibly capture how we are experiencing these crises, one reliable indicator begins to tell the story: thriving. Thriving, as I see it, it's like the North Star. It's that beacon on the edge of the cliff guiding the ships home. It's something that entails resilience, something that we on a local and national level can unify around. We can get these measurable expectations for people living with disabilities and all people in all places so that we all can thrive together, no exceptions, period. Now, thriving conveys a commitment to the community where people have a fair chance to participate, prosper, and reach their full potential. I am so honored to serve as chair of the Disabilities Advisory Board for the City of West Hollywood. This board has, and I say it time and time again, enriched me as an individual so much. I learned from each of you who bring your own experiences, share your heart, share your passions. It reminds me of why I wanted to get involved in local government in the first place. It reminds me of the community that we serve and the ways that we thrive as a board. I touched upon our accomplishments earlier, and I am so impressed at what we have achieved. And I know that in the coming months, we will achieve even more. The Disabilities Advisory Board is a board unlike any other. I truly believe that we're special. We have a rapport, we have a connection, and it is so integrated to helping each other thrive for tomorrow. So with that, those conclude my comments for the evening. And I just want to thank each and every one of you. And once again, give special congratulations to all of our honorees for this evening's Disability Service Awards. So let's get some claps one more time for all of our honorees this evening.
Yay!
All right. And with that, I would entertain a motion to adjourn if there is such a motion.
Move.
I'd like to ask that we adjourn in memory of General Colin Powell, who himself was disabled and immunocompromised when he passed recently.
So noted, Board Member Watts. Thank you for that. Was there a second on?
I second.
Okay, great. So Doug, can we just do a quick roll call, or should we just do all hands if we support adjourning tonight's meeting here at 7:38 in honor of Colin Powell per Board Member Rick Watts's request. Can we do a show of hands? Is that all right? Or a thumbs up? All right, I see a unanimous thumbs up and eyes on that. And so with that, we conclude here, adjourn this meeting at 7:39. And thank you all so much for joining this evening's service awards. Thank you to the members of the public who tuned in, whether you're on WehoTV, whether you're watching on Spectrum, just listening in. Thank you for participating. And I hope you all have a great evening. Stay happy, stay healthy, and stay positive.
Okay.
Thanks, everyone. Have a great night.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dan.
All right. Great job, everyone. All right, bye now.
Enjoy your vacation there.
Thank you.
Don't
Have a
eat
good
too
time
much
in Hawaii.
turkey at Thanksgiving.
You too.
I like chocolate macadamia nuts. I'm throwing it out there. My birthday is October 30th, by the way. Fellow Scorpio, Vice Chair Gomez. What were you going to Hawaii?
I'm going to
Yeah.
I'm going to Jackson Brand and James Taylor on the 30th. So
Chocolate covered macadamia nuts, just saying. All right. Have a good night, everybody. Thank you.